TWM Podcast.
Hello there, and welcome to Raw Talk. My name is George Geal, and a more than welcome arrival to you on the Monday than Kevin Owens at the end of Raw. I will say this now, this podcast is going to be an absolute laugh because I have a sore throat, and it's going to be as much of a laugh as it would be for Sunday lunch at Rusev and Lana's house. Two reasons that's not a laugh. One, one's Bulgarian and one's American while they're having Sunday lunch, and two, she prefers boring bald men rather than dashingly handsome men with lovely moustaches. That's neither here nor there. This is a TWM podcast. What?
Oh, what? It's just best if I don't say.
Yeah, well, yeah. Shush. This is a TWM podcast. I'm speaking. This is a TWM podcast, a part of your 6-week dose of wrestling news, reviews, and interviews around. Available on Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Acast, TuneIn, Podcast, YouTube. I think it's meant to be Podbean. I've written that wrong. And wherever you enjoy your pods. We are also in association with Squared Circle Box. Use the code TWM News to get yourself 10% off your first order at checkout. Get it done at squaredcirclebox.com. Alongside me this week, we have Joe Kingley.
Who? Hi.
Kingsley, even I said your name wrong. I apologise.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's not clear. Hi, everybody.
Okay. Yes, we have Joe with us here, who would have probably liked to just watch 3 hours of Ric Flair. Wouldn't we all? And we've also got with us my father, Dan Lloyd.
Hi there. How you doing, son? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I'm good, Dad.
I'm a bit behind on the child support.
When are you coming back from getting that pint of milk?
Take it easy.
Oh, well, it's been, 24 years now? So I'd say give it another few.
It's a
long walk.
Settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy.
This definitely went up the wall straight away. Let's get into the action. On the Thursday, last Thursday, you would have heard me talk about two returns and got very excited. Well, we've got another one. Drew McIntyre returned last night on Monday Night Raw as part of Team Flair.
Yeah.
What a great feud for him to go on, great position for him to come back into.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if people are interested in this, but I called this on Smack Talk. The obvious choice for Team Flair was always going to be Drew McIntyre because he has ridiculous synergy with everyone else in that team.
Well, I just hope he's. Is it elimination? If they haven't announced it yet, is it just sort of a straight up 5-on-5?
Yeah, I think they haven't announced whether it's elimination or a 5-on-5. I would assume elimination.
Well, he's there just to eat a pinfall, really, then, isn't he? Because there's no way Hogan's not winning.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, he did return.
I reckon Ali's going to be the last man standing or whatever.
Yeah, I could see that happening. But, yeah.
But maybe in this match, there's a championship belt given to the winner. And that would explain why Ric Flair's entrance said 17-time champion.
Oh my, like that's been a mistake for a while.
Yeah.
It's been a mistake. Yeah.
Well, maybe Ric Flair won a 24/7 championship, but we just didn't know.
Maybe.
But Drew obviously did return as announced by Ric Flair in one of the funniest promos I've seen Ric Flair do in a long time, because he also called Drew McIntyre a wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing son of a gun.
Everybody that.
He's just dishing out his own thing. But he did end up beating down Ricochet, who was a little bit of like a sacrifice to him, for Ric Flair to sit out on the outside as the evil overlord and sort of clasp his fingers together.
Yeah.
I honestly thought this was an opening for Mansoor to enter into Team Hogan, but apparently Cesaro is going to kill him. So.
Yes, Cesaro will murder the man. I think the best part of the whole segment was not, well, it was, I would say McIntyre returning, but it was also Flair at the end of the match going, "Where are we? I know where we are."
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Kathy Kelly trying to interview him at the end of the match, and she sort of went, Hogan's going to be on Monday night, on Friday Night SmackDown, he was like, "Where are we? I know where we are." He was sort of clearly using his fucking marbles.
Oh,
we do love Flair. He also was telling fans that he bangs their mums, which is even fucking hilarious.
Just astounding. It was. They trusted Ric Flair to open a Raw in 2019, and you know what? Fucking nailed it.
Did he? I don't know.
How old is he now? 70. All right, okay. I thought he was older.
For me, that's a shock. I thought he was like late 70s.
Yeah,
by the way his features.
I thought he was on the road to 80s.
Like Ric Flair is living on borrowed time. I think his Horcrux is probably Andrade and Charlotte's thirst posts. If those ever stop, he might just anyway.
If Andrade goes missing, we know why. We know what's happened. We go from one bambling buffoon of a legend. At the moment, we only call him a buffoon because he just talks bollocks, to another because we got a little edition of the King's Court. Wonderful. It's not like we have to hear his voice enough on the shows. Rusev was his guest, who did come out and obviously have a little interview about Lana and Bobby Lashley's escapades before being interrupted by a video of Bobby Lashley and Lana in a restaurant having whipped cream and putting on Lashley's nose and giggling really randomly. Well, King just asked him, "How do you feel about that?" He goes, "Nah, no, exactly. Bye," and just storms off. I mean,
I've got an interjection here.
Go on.
So you know how people talk about wrestling being fake or predetermined or whatever, and suspending your disbelief and so on and so forth. This is the moment this week where I struggled to believe that wrestling isn't scripted. Because why would
Bobby Lashley
woman,
looks like an egg.
no, why would the woman that is like Lana, both that we see presented in real life on Total Divas, which is an amalgamation of kayfabe and real life, and in kayfabe, be really looking forward to going to an exclusive restaurant in Cleveland?
Fair point. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Miz gave her a tip off. Cleveland boys.
No. Dolph Ziggler gave her the tip off. Come on,
oh my goodness,
get it together.
Back.
Of course. I mean, what we see of Lana in terms of her on holiday all the time, so we can just ignore that one. But I agree with Joe on this one. She looks like she likes the finer things in life.
Things about in Cleveland.
Fair point. Rusev does end up going to the restaurant in question, and what a ball ache it must have been to get that camera crew in there and all those props of people.
Well, the camera crew were already there, and it wasn't necessarily a camera crew. It was just a guy filming them on his phone, you know.
Yeah, probably. It wasn't shaky, was it?
My favorite thing is the owner coming over going, "We don't want any trouble. This meal is free."
This meal is free, please get out.
Lashley going, "No." So, like, he can't go, "This meal is free, but you have to pay for the damages now," can he?
I would have absolutely loved it if they got just an extra in the shot. Just go, "Oh my god, it's Tom Selleck." To Rusev. I would have loved that. I would have absolutely loved that. What do you two think of him being pitched as the face in this scenario?
It's a weird one because, like our friend Matty Della said, technically, like, they are separated, and she's going out and dating somebody new, trying to move on with her life, and then he's coming in and beating up the guy in the restaurant and getting arrested. So there's a case for him to be a pretty abusive husband or ex-husband. I don't know. I like Rusev too much to say that he's the bad guy.
Separated. That still means that they are married.
Well, he still wears his wedding ring because he's an honourable guy.
He still wears his wedding ring, etc., etc. The thing is, there's a little bit of subtext here that kind of needs to be made text that they've forgotten. Was Lana cheating?
Fair point. You've got a very fair point on this one. But we all know why this storyline's cropped up, don't we?
Because Vince McMahon discovered blacked.
I was going to say Vince McMahon doesn't see Rusev being with a woman like Lana, but sees her being with Bobby Lashley instead.
Right. I just want to point out, he didn't discover blacked. He discovered blacked raw.
Good thing.
There's a reason they weren't drafted to SmackDown, guys.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, baby, they like it raw. Oh, baby, they like it raw.
Anyway, Dio Madden also gave him the full nice guy speech about Rusev as he comes down to the ring, high-fiving children and that sort of stuff, and being his little cheerleader. I don't know if that was the right thing for him to do, but hey-ho. We'll have to see where this goes, and hopefully I'll guarantee it'll end some form of match at Crown Jewel with Lana on the line or something stupid like that.
No, they're both one's on Team Hogan, one's on Team Flair. There's going to be an epic stare down.
Oh, of course they're on the matches, aren't they? Yeah. Is it going to be a repeat of WrestleMania 28 where it's like Zack Ryder's like, yeah, boots him in the bollocks? Is that going to be the same for Lashley?
It's going to be a repeat of the greatest moment of all time, the greatest face-off between two monsters of all time. It's going to be a repeat of Nia Jax facing off with Tamina at the first Women's Royal Rumble.
God.
Lovely. Well, what a great comparison. Also, on last night's Raw, we had Rey Mysterio randomly appear out in a sling, as he's still injured. Spoke for about 5 seconds before being interrupted by a video of Paul Heyman, who spieled on about Brock Lesnar and that he's going to destroy Cain Velasquez, etc., etc. And then for some reason, I get the link here, but it was sort of a very unnecessary link. Shelton Benjamin comes out and says, is the reason why Cain Velasquez has a title shot is because he... Oh, I can't remember what he said now. He said, is he going to get out because he beat someone up? Because he beat Lesnar up, he's going to get a title shot. So he's sort of pushing Ray around saying, oh, there's a US title shot. Oh, there's an Intercontinental title shot. Before Cain Velasquez came out to a deafening silence. And also with a shocking takedown. He looked terrible. I don't know why they're making him go the MMA route. I think they should just let him put on a mask and be a luchador.
Agreed. So much agreed. When he was wrestling AAA, brilliant. All you needed is a big guy who can do those lucha spots. But instead, we're going to have a fake MMA fight in a wrestling ring. And
I would love it if they went and got the lines then.
Oh, wow.
Let's do this. We're going back to Ken Shamrock.
No, let's not get Ken Shamrock involved.
Having watched Bound for Glory this week, I don't want to watch another fake MMA fight in a wrestling ring, please. Yeah. It was garbage. If Ken Shamrock was involved.
I know. That's why I said no more. No more.
If you guys haven't seen the clips of Cain Velasquez, please go watch them from his time in. It is incredible to see a man of his stature doing the things he does. He does, Hurricanranas, drop kicks, everything that you wouldn't expect him to be able to do. He does pretty flawlessly.
And you fast forward to today. Yesterday. And sorry. Time zones, am I right? And fast forward to yesterday, and he was fighting like he went to the Shane McMahon School of Striking.
I was going to say that.
Saying Shane McMahon, I saw this just now, which is absolutely hilarious. If anyone has bought WWE 2K20, and when you do your My Career mode, you obviously set up your parameters of what kind of person you want to be, so the high flyers, that sort of thing. They have striker and they have images. Yeah, no. They have strikers, and the images of strikers they have is Shinsuke Nakamura, which is fair enough. He's the king of strong style. Johnny Gargano and Shane McMahon.
That's very interesting.
Shane McMahon is an example of a striker.
Don't. You know what? Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Is that the one you went for, George?
I haven't got the game yet. I'm not going to buy it for a bit. Probably buy it when I get back next week. The thing I love about this whole Shelton Benjamin thing is the fact that they are actually showing that he's pals with Brock Lesnar. They obviously lived together at University of Minnesota. Shelton Benjamin trained him. And I think it's pretty good that they're putting that sort of connection together. And apparently now for a house show in Mexico, Rey Mysterio and Cain Velasquez have been booked to be in a tag team match. If that's against Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar, I can be down with that.
I reckon it'll be against Shelton and someone that
Shane McMahon
is feuding with. Oh, amazing. What do you mean? Shane's never wrestling again.
Oh, yeah, fair point. Well, I mean, Ray was feuding with Lesnar, so no idea. Interesting fact you found out, though. The reason why Kane is the godfather of Dominic.
Is that? Yeah,
I really hope so. I really hope so.
I feel like they made it up.
Bullshit they made up.
Like it's a nice, easy. Like, I apologize if this is untrue. Please, someone contact us on TWM Wrestle if this is untrue. But I don't think it's true.
If it isn't true, that is the most ridiculous bullshit they've just decided to make up. They could have just said they were.
Come to me on the day of Dominic's wedding.
Also, by the way, it's Andrade and Drew they're facing in Mexico.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, okay. That sort of that put my plans on a dampener. But yes, anyway.
Another great luchador on a great lucha base.
Exactly. Drew McIntyre is going to be doing some backflips. I like this.
What?
Drew McIntyre is going to do a handspring back elbow. What are you on about?
This podcast, and indeed all TWM podcasts, are brought to you by SquaredCircleBox.com, the only place for your monthly wrestling box needs. With things from superstars from WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, British Wrestling, Independent Wrestling, and loads more, it is the only place that matters if you want to get the best wrestling swag for a low, low price. That low, low price is just £25, people. What a bargain! And you can get snapbacks, t-shirts, magazines, DVDs, trinkets, whatchamacallit, doodads, you name it, they have it each and every month. And just because you listen to TWM, you sexy, sexy people, you get 10% off your first order. All you got to do is use the code TWM News in the checkout. Just use the code TWM News in the checkout for 10% off your first order at SquaredCircleBox.com.
Why not spread? I said, why not spread the gospel of the TWM squad with some of our lovely merch over at Teespring? We have t-shirts for all shapes and sizes, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and loads more. Also, just for listening to this podcast, you can get 10% off your order. I said use it. I said use it. I said using the code podcast. That's podcast. Once again, podcast in the checkout for 10% off at teespring.com/stores/TWM-wrestling-merch. That's right. Praise. Testify.
A glaring absence from last night's Monday Night Raw was women.
Yes.
There was none on the show. They were all in Australia.
Well, that is not true.
Oh,
There was
Zelina
someone-
Vega, sorry.
We had literally just finished talking about Lana.
And
There was
Zelina
that guy-
Vega.
that guy
Lana,
audience's
right, okay.
mum.
Lana technically wasn't in the arena. She was
Zelina Vega.
and Zelina Vega. But in terms of actual,
And then there was that guy's mum that Ric Flair was talking about.
but yes, there was no women, which was interesting. But obviously, they've been over in Australia on house shows, so the Iconics have been over there. Other people's have been, so they probably just shipped them all out to Australia and had sort of a bit of a skeleton of Monday Night Raw. And Vince just went, well, screw it. There's no women. Oh well.
Well, there's no women because they're promoting Crown Jewel where they don't have
of course,
any women.
yeah, and that as well.
Like, you know, who knew that all of this time it was NWA Power that WWE were really trying to compete with?
Yes, 100%. We got Street Profits beating the OC. It was meant to be a 6-man tag match, but the Street Profits couldn't get a partner, so AJ just stood in the outside. Like, don't know, it was meant to be billed as a 6-man tag. In the end, Kevin Owens turns up and stunners AJ Styles, walks away, and the distraction gives the Street Profits a win. I think the best part of this whole segment was Owens backstage saying, I like the Street Profits enough, I might not turn on them.
What? No.
Fair enough.
Fair.
No. That was not the best part of this. The best part of this was the Street Profits themselves.
I mean, the Street Profits are the best time all the time, but...
What an account. Montez Ford is the next big thing in this company. He has the charisma of The Rock. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not.
I'm not. I'm genuinely so hyped about the Street Profits. It's unbelievable.
Ford is incredible. So I'm just going to join you on the hype train. No, you're joining me on the hype train.
Yeah.
I love the Street Profits the first time I've seen them. Oh my God.
Yes, I agree. The Street Profits are amazing.
Like, look, the Street Profits are so good and so over that last shot of Raw was a babyface team dancing with a baby. That said,
no. My favorite thing about that segment was Montez Ford was dancing with the baby, and the look Dawkins shot him was like, "What are you doing?"
I have to say this. I just and he said, "Please bring up the shitty Street Profits entrance video."
You received an email from the anonymous TWM general manager.
Yes. And I quote, "Please bring up the shitty Street Profits entrance video," which I didn't see. I missed that.
Garbage. It's literally just a video of a street.
I missed that as well.
Almost as bad as Enzo and Cass's old one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, be interesting. But do you know what? Is it just me? Are you absolutely just done with the OC? Not Styles, Anderson and Gallows.
I'm fine with them. I think they're a great heel tag team. I think that there's a lot of space for them to work with so many people on the roster because they have the big guy in Gallows, they have the more technical guy in Anderson, and the fact that there's three of them.
And the cocky mouthpiece in AJ.
Well, exactly. But even just as the tag team, because you said that you were discounting AJ from the conversation because he's AJ Styles. But yeah, no, they have legs in them, and they can work with anybody and put them over.
That's where the OC really, really shine. I mean, sure, they're not like, there's nothing truly incredible about them, but that's what's incredible about them. They are above average at everything, jacks of all trade, masters of none, and they can make anyone look incredible. Can make monsters look believable. They can make small guys look really quick, and then they can make them look like really great baby faces in peril because they're just like the middleweight. They're the middleweights of the tag division. It's weird, right? Right.
Well, I've just been proven wrong there.
That's what we're here to do, George.
Very, very good point. Aleister Black defeated a jobber in I know his name, something Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, let's pretend it's Burt Reynolds.
We'll go with Burt Reynolds. We'll go with Burt Reynolds.
It can't be Burt Reynolds because Rusev went to the restaurant.
Ryan Reynolds. We'll go with Ryan Reynolds because he was too chubby to be Ryan Reynolds. No offense to him, but no offense. But yeah, he absolutely battered this jobber, the local competitor. I'm honest, but Jason Reynolds. It's Jason. That was it. He got a little bit of offense in, but Black just absolutely battered him and hits him with the Black Mass for the win. A lovely little match, which I didn't really expect, was Andrade against Sin Cara. Sin Cara's not at the Molyneux anymore. He's on Monday Night Raw.
For our American listeners, the Molyneux is the stadium of Wolverhampton Wanderers, where their main striker is also good friends with Sin Cara.
Yes,
he celebrates by wearing a Sin Cara mask,
which is donned in the Wolves logo. A lovely handstand Rana from Zelina Vega. She's just brilliant. She needs to get more in-ring time. I don't know why they don't.
In a cat suit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They need to give her more ring time. She might not want to. She might not. Like, she might just.
I feel like they planted the seeds of something when she called the when in our promo last week when she called them the 4 horse faces. Talking to me about the 4 horse faces.
What I really want them to do
really offended on Sasha's behalf.
What I really want them to do is for Andrade to have a little feud with Aleister Black, and Aleister goes, I have a female friend with me. It's Charlotte. It's like the Spider-Man gif of them pointing at each other.
I would
should be half a couple each.
No, that should be the mixed match challenge teams. That would be incredible.
That'd be so good. Zelina Baker and Andrade versus Aleister Black and Charlotte. That'd be absolutely fantastic. From one Hispanic gentleman to another, probably the two Hispanic futures of WWE, Humberto Carrillo.
How have we not spoken about Humberto yet?
His shitty Power Ranger outfit.
Oh my God, if Matty were here, he'd be able to revel in the glory of Humberto Carrillo. What a debut for him, right?
It was actually a really good match.
It was actually a really good match against.
Yeah. Garbage, but it's a really good match.
I am not keen on Humberto Carrillo based on his character work. He's obviously quite boring.
Boo! I'm producing this. I'm not meant to be on it, but I don't like Humberto Carrillo. Boo!
Anyway.
Yeah, so I don't really like Carrillo based on his character work. I think he's quite...
Boo!
Yes, Dan, thank you. He's quite boring. However, his in-ring work against Rollins in this match was fantastic. Was brilliant.
Yeah.
Even his facial expressions, he bumped that one up a notch.
Like, when I saw he was drafted, I was like... Firstly, I was like, no, my favorite tag team in NXT, what am I going... Apart from the Free Street Profits, what am I going to do now?
Oh, wait, Street Profits are on Raw.
Pardon? Yeah, I know. Like, I was like, well, the Street Profits are on Raw now, so now it's time to put all of my weight behind my actual favorite tag team in NXT, and then they drafted.
What, the Forgotten Sons?
I was like, don't take the piss. No one likes them. I'm not even sure that their mums like the Forgotten Sons.
That's why they're called Forgotten. Their mums forgot about them.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm talking about Raul Mendoza and Humberto Carrillo money.
Humberto Carrillo, I think, can become the babyface Hispanic charge for them, and Andrade be the heel charge in a sense. But they just need to give Humberto some character.
See, that's the thing. I spoke to, I think it was you and Matty about this last week. I think that it would be good if they switched Humberto to a heel and had him work in a tag team with Andrade, get a little bit more character behind him without necessarily having to use his words.
I suppose they are very handsome gentlemen. Zelina
could just say, I'm signing work, that business thing that me and Andrade have got. Here's the deal.
I've got it.
They just come up. Yeah.
Joe, I've got it. They're going to come out next week on Raw, and they're going to go, Humberto Carrillo is now part of Zelina. Worldwide!
Oh my God. And they're going to go Humberto, isn't it? Titus is going to try and recruit him. You've literally just said that, and I've just realised they're going to keep him babyface, and Titus is going to try and recruit him. This is fucking garbage. No, but in a more positive light, did you notice the Latino influence in Raw this week? Just massive. Running through it. Huge. Andrade, Sin Cara, Kane, Ray, Humberto, Colby Lopez.
The funny thing is, he's got such a Hispanic name, but it's you'd think if you heard that name, you go, oh, I can believe that guy is Spanish or Mexican. Then you see him, you're like, oh, hold on.
Isn't he a bit part character on Saved by the Bell?
I cannot wait until our Raw Women's Champion is going to be called Becky Lopez.
Oh, do you reckon Vince is going to pitch in a ballroom like, right, you're married now? Becky or Becky Rollins?
Probably. I can imagine them trying to fucking do the wedding on the actual show.
Oh, who's going to interrupt the wedding?
Bray Wyatt. And Rambling Rabbit is going to be in the in the box, in the present.
No, come on. Think about how Raw is shaping up at the moment. It's definitely not going to be The Fiend. It's going to be
Boogeyman.
No, it's going to be Bobby Lashley because he's WWE's Tyrone.
He's Mr. Steal Your Beach.
I'm here to fuck your wife.
Long dick style.
Oh my god, we've definitely got a far off track here. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, Jerry Lana still can't say Firefly Funhouse. He still says Firehouse Funhouse because he's absolutely hilarious. And we have a new 24/7 champion in. Please help me out because I can't remember which one it is. Is it Samir?
I think it is Samir.
I think it's Samir.
No.
Is it Sunil?
It's Sunil. No, I don't know.
I mean,
It's the one that's less
Googling it now.
It's the one that's less
Still
attractive.
time while I Google it.
Damn it! Even when you Google it, it just comes up with the Singh brothers.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Oh no!
Goodness, are they
It's
free-running
Sunil.
the 24/7
Sunil
championship?
Is it Sunil?
Sunil is the champion. Yeah.
All right, okay. It's the less attractive one. Is what I call him.
Wow.
Yikes.
What he is. I mean, he's a handsome gentleman. He obviously he pins R-Truth to win the title. Tries to win it back, actually pinning Samir, which is hilarious because R-Truth can't tell the difference between two brothers that are the same age. He is a fool of some kind, and I'm just checking how old the pair of them are. Okay, there's 3 years difference between them. I was making sure they weren't twins. And finally, the last piece of action was an absolute battering of Ryder and Hawkins at the hands of the Viking Raiders. I think one of the funniest things was Zack Ryder breaking up a pin before standing up and just looking absolutely fucking terrified of Ivar, Eric. Whichever one Hanson, no, whichever one Rowe is.
My favourite thing was in their promo before, Zack Ryder, because they've not come out on the new Raw set, turns to Hawkins and says, "Hey, do you think we get pyro?" The Raiders. They did not.
Lawler made a point of this on commentary. He went, "Oh, maybe you'll get pyro." The one funny thing that man says on the entire show. 3 hours.
3 hours.
He says one funny thing. He's please bring us Byron Saxton or Tom Phillips or someone.
Hashtag where's Byron?
Can we get that going on Twitter?
Byron's Burgers.
Oh, George. Oh. I don't know. Yeah.
Sad. I apologise. It says here. No, that's ages ago. That was I don't know where he is. He's probably doing some like production roles and that.
Oh wow!
Well,
so Byron Saxton's real name is Brian Jesus Kelly.
My goodness, there could have been more Hispanic influence on Raw.
And instead we had Jerry the King Lawler.
It's really Latino Raw, not Latina Raw, because lol.
They're females.
That was
Nice.
Lana, I guess.
If you do go on to his WWE to his face, so you need to change that one. All in all, it wasn't actually a bad Raw.
No, I liked it, but there was a lot of hate on Twitter about this episode.
About this.
Like, I don't understand what WWE are going to have to do to get the naysayers back on side, because it literally seems like you can put on a great show and still somebody will just be like, "Oh, that Rollins is shit," and the Rusev Lana Lashley thing is crap, and blah blah
It's
blah.
very cringy, but
It's fine. It's a backstage story. It's character development of some kind.
I completely agree with you why people are hating on it, and obviously people are going now the AEW are winning, yada yada yada. And it probably doesn't help the situation where Seth Rollins in an interview tells Kenny Omega to stop messing around in the minor leagues and to come up to the big show and meet him at WrestleMania for more money and more fame and that sort of stuff. He's probably not helping the situation of fans, because I think I saw a stat of the combined viewership on Raw is SmackDown is 1 million viewers, and that's less than what AEW is just doing for Dynamite. They need to sort that out. But I agree with Dan on the fact that this was a good Raw. It had everything except for women, in ring women.
If you drop the Aleister Black squash match, because he had one last week, and you drop the Viking Raiders, because you should probably not overexposing brand new champions, and then replace them each with a segment of what Becky's doing now and what Charlotte's doing.
What is Becky doing now?
That's a solid... Pardon?
What is Becky doing now?
Posting on Instagram.
Becky was yesterday. Becky wasn't in Australia. She was representing WWE, I think. In kayfabe, she's probably feuded with the Kabuki Warriors because sorry, no, not.
Oh,
my bad.
Did you mean Asuka or Kyrie?
Kyrie Pinder.
Huh?
Kyrie Pinder.
Yeah, but Asuka missed it there.
Yeah, but.
Well, we know what Charlotte's doing. She was at Australia last night, losing to Bailey in a house show match. So that's what she was doing. But yeah, the squash matches aside, I mean, I love Alistair. See him being pushed. I'd like to see him, Murphy, and Andrade all get pushed, but it's not going to happen. All three of them. One of them is going to get it. And
it seems like they are looking at that because they did post that video package of pics, and then Dio Madden went out.
Yeah, they put it on their YouTube.
That Samoa Joe is looming.
Where is it? They put Andrade, obviously Murphy last week beating Cedric Alexander, Andrade beating Sin Cara this week, and Alistair Black beating two jobbers in 2 weeks.
So,
Andrade's going over because Alistair Black's going over. So he was the one that beat up jobbers, and when you beat up jobbers, it's more fun.
If you say so, George. I don't know about your private life.
I don't know. I'm going to end this now before we go somewhere very dark. It's going very, very dark. Please do Twitter, Facebook, TWM Wrestle. Do subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, Acast, Podbean, YouTube, and anywhere else you do get your podcast to hear my lovely voice, to hear Joe, to hear Dan, Matty, everyone else here at TWM Wrestling. On TWM.news right now, we've got lots of lovely articles going up. Please do go over there and give them a read. Mr. Lloyd, please plug yourself in social media.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DRL_1990.
Joe, please give your real one and not a fake one.
At Byron Saxton.
And you can follow me on the Twitter at George_Geal_ and Instagram at George_Geal 95 _ I think. I actually can't remember my Instagram handle. Anyway, I'm going to go swallow a load of Strepsils because my throat is killing me.